Well, as you can see, we do have the holy water thrown up in the air. Let's get to the intro so we can talk about this review.
You already know. Period.
Mm. Oh, we y'all. Ooh. All right, y'all. Welcome back. We are talking about the Deliverance. Now, I watched this movie. Let's start by talking about some of the characters in the movie. Ebony Jackson. This is a single mama, okay, who is trying to take care of a family. When I first started watching it and I saw Ebony, I could just tell she was struggling and a lot of personal demons were after her. And I know that to me, I feel like this evil entity, in my opinion, touched everybody in this family. And the reason why I say I feel like it touched everybody um in this family, it's just because everybody had something attached to this evil. This is just my opinion. Okay. Andre Day, she did a really good job playing the single mama. Okay. When I look at her mother played by Glenn Close, and I really like how they did differently. You have a biracial family. Glenn Close has her daughter. And the thing that tripped me out, you have got to pay attention to all of the different scenes. Because even though Glenn Close is white, taking care of this black woman, she's got a culture down, baby, down to the hair. It was the hair for me. When I saw her doing her hair, I said, I know she is not. Yeah, that's just my Alexa talking. I said, I know she is not doing that girl's hair. That whole scene where she's doing her hair and Ebony's doing her daughter's hair, one of my favorite scenes. It really is. It's showing mama, grandbaby. It's just showing what it is. I love it, right? This evilness is literally trying to destroy this family. And this is me. I'm thinking at first watching this, Glenn Close had the evil in her. I really feel like that this evil, this entity, even though I know they were saying that it was the house, I don't know if it's like, because when you think about it, was it easier for this evilness to get into the family because they were poor, unhappy, and struggling? These are some things I thought about. Okay. But it was that house for sure. Okay. So anyway, she wants to give her kids a great future, move to a new house. But of course, as soon as they move into this new house, all kind of problems start happening. And there's like what this basement and the closet. Well, there's two areas. When there are evil things happening, supernatural, all the things or whatever, there's always a room, a closet, a wall of significance that is attached to this spirit. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Excuse me. And I think it was the closet, the little boy's closet, and then that basement where this evilness, rolled around it. Also, I could tell the resentment from the children as well. Okay. Now, of course, you got child protective services. Let me tell you something. Monique is one thing I'm going to say. The way that she delivered this role, the way she did it, maybe was everything to me. It was. I enjoyed watching Monique as not necessarily, oh, Monique the comedian, or Monique is like, girl, because Monique was coming from a place like, I just want the kids to be safe. And of course, they didn't tell all of it, but I felt like from watching the movie that Monique had probably given this family chance after chance after chance and had let a lot of things go with Miss Ebony. And maybe, her movie, she thought she could escape the stuff in the past. But I firmly believe Monique's role was, I want to look out for these kids. I didn't get this girl, I don't know how many chances, and she's dodging my calls. She's dodging me. Well, now I'm going to do my job. I really feel like before she was doing her job, but she was like, I don't want to take these kids from their mama, from their family, or what they've known their whole life. Even though I see issues here, even though I know there's problems here, she was looking there like, I want her to get her act together so her kids can be with her. That's the way I looked at it as far as Monique's role in this situation. Okay. Um the darkness that had entered the home, everyone was thinking that Ebony was doing these things wrong to the children. In the beginning, when I first started watching, I was like, is she abusing the kids? Because, of course, you first watching the scene, you're watching it. She is just having her own dark demons as well coming at her, right? Because she doesn't know what to do. They find that the house has this past that is crazy and but some cult pack practices. Okay. Now, of course, Glenn Close has like a past that they talk about, but not so much. That's why I'm telling you guys that I really firmly believe that this evil had come from Glenn Close in her past with her daughter. Because the way she speaks about it briefly, but she abused her daughter. I think the evil was in her. I watched the whole movie, and they ever do a part 2, it should be a part 2 of showing Glenn Close and Ebony when she was young and what she grew up with, when she had to face, and maybe the evil was in her. Okay. So you have Nate. It's just a lot, I feel like, as far as a mom having to deal with. And then you also have it where it's looking like you are abusing these children because the kids came up with bruises. Because that little boy, let me tell y'all something. When they had them in that water, when he was drowning his brother, the faces that they were making, it was the face for me. Because it was a battle. It was a battle. And Ebony, to me, the way they were setting it up, is like, okay, Ebony is weak. Okay, she's weak, and the evil is coming for her family because she's weak. They said it more than once. And I knew that was the direction they were going to go with that because how she was struggling. I love how they had Omar Epps in there for just like for, the whenever, Glenn Close had to go get her treatment at the hospital or the clinic, I'm sorry. And I don't know. It's he was there. She's just a flirting baby with the bra out. Oh my God. Glenn Close is just a seasoned actress. I watched her in this and literally was like, because I've seen her in so many different things that every time I watch her, it's always a different character because she knows what she's doing. Like, baby, when she's sitting there with that wig and that cigarette, Okay, now with the gold nigga, you could just tell it's all I've been in urban life my whole life. Okay. Um, it was a lot of times I really think that nobody was paying attention um to Andre. I really feel like that because of the fact that Andre was so young, when you look at the kids and the experience that they went through, he was a perfect for the entity to get into. The entity was also a boy at the time. Well, when they showed the past or whatever, all things that happened in the house. Because the thing about it is, I think that they really should do a history on the house because when they go back to the past and show the family that was actually there, the family that was actually there, the family that actually was, going there, first black family, 80s, 90s, moving into this household. And then all these things are happening. And then you see at the very end when the mama loses it and kills the baby. It was a lot. I was like, Jesus. So they need to do another movie going back to the past of the house and showing Glenn Close and Ebony in the past. I'm telling you, because the way they broke it down, I love how they left room for you to say there is a history here. There is a history here. But Andre, to me, Andre's face, it was Andre's faces. Andre didn't say a whole lot in this movie. Okay. But Andre's face said a lot in this movie. So the thing about it, the demonic possession is crazy because it's based on a true story. And we're going to get into this in just a second, but the true story part, okay? Because I want to get into that as well, which is also creepy. And I didn't find out to the end of the movie. I was like, oh, that's what, oh, Jesus. The entity took over the entire family. The grandmother, when she went to the church, tried to get the church involved. The church was like, we don't do this here. So the grandmother was trying. She had turned her life over to Christ and was born again. The daughter wasn't trying to hear none of that. It did end up coming down to a battle. And it was the grandmother battling, but the grandmother got tricked because the daughter started getting stronger, started researching, finding out what is going on. Like, what is happening right now? Why is it? The movie, I'm gonna say this. The movie is a good movie. It's scary because not because of like a bunch of stuff that you're seeing, but because of the thoughts and what they're saying is actually happening. And the fact that it's true. So to me, that's why it's scary. Um, They had some veteran actresses in here and actors in here that also made it what it was. Of course, they did show, you know, alcoholism, abuse. Now, there's something I want to talk about. This is set in Pittsburgh. Okay. Let me see. There is some. Let me see. I'm trying to find. The lady that was okay. Okay, so if you notice, Ebony was very, very, very angry. And I really do feel like she used her anger and alcohol to kind of put like this filled up, and she wanted to be the opposite of her mom. Is what I really feel like. Again, seeing Glenn Close as Bertha is still. Why is it I can't? Um, Seeing her as Bertha is actually she's really a good actress. She's just really a good actress, and she really did that in this movie. She did. Now I will say something. As far as that scene in the room, and I'm not sure if you guys with the little boy. Climb that wall. Let me tell y'all something, baby. That's when I started seeing, as far as Monique's character, started seeing, oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Let me find out, this something about this ain't right, baby. Because when you climb that wall, baby, I was watching this in the dark. I said, why am I watching this in the dark? Now I do not want to say this queen's name wrong. So I was trying to find her actual character name. Let me, because I don't want to say her name wrong. I love her. Uh, I love her as an actress. Period. Everything she does is powerful. Why won't they show her? Mm. Okay, well, literally, she was sitting outside and she was watching her. But I'm kind of understanding why they're not showing her, because I'm looking up her character. I don't know. I'm trying to find the name of what she calls herself. Somebody. It's not like a exorcist or a preacher who removes the evil. And there's another name for it, and I didn't want to just say what it, because and I call her Ellis because I don't want her to say her name wrong. I do not want to say her name wrong. But she sat outside and was watching. I felt like her watching. She really wasn't watching much. I feel like she was feeling. She knew about the house because she knew about the house. So she knew when a family moved in there, she already knew something was wrong. She saw CPS going there. She knew what was happening. So it was a fight for your life with her trying to take this evil out of this child. But the evil ended up taking her out. And I was like, Lord Jesus. So it was up to mama. The one they said was the weakest. Even Bertha took her out too. It was just her. I'm like, bro, are you serious? But she's telling, look, this mother was telling the police she got kids walking up the walls and levitating. And nobody was believing nothing. So let me tell you about the real story behind it. This story of Gary, Indiana, 2011, she claimed that her children were being attacked and possessed by demons. The mother of three told police that she would witness her children walking up the walls, levitating, and speaking in different voices. She further claimed that she once found her 7-year-old son inside a closet talking to another boy only he could see. When she asked what they were talking about, she claimed that he told her the unseen presence was describing what it felt like to be unalived. The young boy was reportedly thrown out of the bathroom. 12-year-old daughter required stitches in her head in the attack. They had two psychics that visited the house, told there were more than 200 demons Haunting the house, Jesus. 200. I'm leaving. I'm leaving everything in the house. I'm just gonna say that. I know that's not easy to move. I'm saying it's financially, she might not be able to do that. Okay. But I'm going to stay with mama or something. So a psychologist stated that on a record that they witnessed a 9-year-old speak in different voices and walk up the wall backwards. After visiting the house, interviewing, the local police chief himself admitted he was a believer. Oh my God. That is, woo, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. So overall, she did conquer the evil and she saved her family, but she lost her mother. And at least Ellis, who was there to save and help, she lost her life as well. It's a watch. It's a good watch. Don't do like I did and watch in the dark, but it's a good watch. I did enjoy it. All right. This is Commission Reviews, and we just broke down Deliverance. I really hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe.